Hello and welcome to Brew Tapcast. I am Tap here for our deck tech on the Content Creator Welcome to Wraith sealed event that I am putting on with Arcbound Geek, Ugane Gaming, and Ravewin. Last Tuesday on stream, we all cracked 6 packs of Welcome to Wraith, built our decks, and then we ran off to play games. The games are coming out slowly over the next couple weeks, but I figured I would give a little deck tech on the Dorinthia deck that I built. So, I opened some of the okay cards for limited in Dorinthia. That was definitely the strongest of all the pools that I did open. Close followed by Ninja, but ultimately this was the best build I had, and I did have quite a bit of attack reactions, which really made me want to play it. They're not the best of them, but they're definitely in there. So this is Dorinthia again. We have the Dawnblade. For our equipment, we did manage to pull a pretty good set of things. So we have our Snapdragon Scalers, which not necessarily the most useful in here, but it was our only set of boots, and this can necessarily give us some benefit. There's a couple cards that can actually benefit from that. We have Goliath Gauntlet, we have Iron Wrought Plate, and Iron Wrought Helm. So we have a good set of armor. Didn't pull any other gloves, so gonna do this. And yes, there's a couple cards that have a cost 2 or greater in here. So again, that has some utility. And again, there's also just no downside of playing an equipment that only works on a few other cards when you don't have another equipment to put in that slot. Iron Wrought Helm, we do have a Hope Merchant's Hood, but I do think that the Helm is probably better. We'll see how the games go, and then we may swap that out, but we do have the Helm there. All right, so getting into some attack actions. So we are playing a couple sets of generic cards here. Let's just get these out of the way now that we know what we're doing here. A couple set of good things going on here. We have a Wounding Blow, yellow. We have a Raging Onslaught, blue. You have a Mouse in the Way. No, we have a Scar for Scar, blue. We have a Scar the Battlescape, 2 of those in red. 2 Flock of the Featherwalkers in yellow, and a Wounded Bull in blue and yellow. So these are definitely mostly just to have as soak up a little bit of damage. Yes, they are almost all 2-block attack action cards, but they are still useful in our deck, mostly for pitching. And if we're really going for Dawnblade, which you kind of want to do, a lot of these are just going to be sort of fodder to power up the Dawnblade. But at the same time, sometimes you can get in with a good crack on Wounded Blow. You do have the Goliath Gauntlets that work there. Again, the Snapdragon Scalers can work with Scar the Battlescape. It already can have Go Again if it's coming out of Arsenal, but you can actually get a card or get a Go Again if it's coming from your hand as well. So really the idea behind some of these is that if we can get Go Again, like via Quicken Tokens with Flock of the Featherwalkers, maybe having Wounded Bull, Scar the Battlescape, Snapdragon Scalers, those sorts of things, is to try to throw in some chip damage without the sword. We'll get Go Again, and then whether they block or not is sort of dependent upon them. So a lot of these can have Go Again based on things that we have that allow us to throw some damage out there, particularly Scar for Scar. That's a great card to have. Maybe we can take some early damage by not blocking, throw out a Scar for free from hand or Arsenal, and then start chipping in with the sword afterwards, because it makes them, well, do we really want to block here or not? So a lot of these are made to have some benefit with, attack in first, maybe they block it, maybe they don't, and then start swinging with the Dawnblade on those turns. Most of the turns are always Dawnblade focused, but sometimes you can get better situations, depending upon how you draw. So let's go on to our next set of items. So we do have a single energy potion, so not too bad. Again, this is maybe just going to end up being a pitching thing, but it's not bad to have extra points, especially if you really want to have a big set of attack reactions. So it's actually, I found it quite useful, and I do like having it in there. Moving on to defense reactions, we did pull a single red Steelblade Shunt, not too bad. 1 cost, 6 defense, and it pokes your opponent for 1. Gotta love it. Have a yellow Sink Below as well. Can filter a card from your hand. And then we also have, blocks for 3, we also have 2 unmovable. You have a yellow and a red. So gotta love these. These are big, heavy hitters. 6 or 7 from Arsenal, 7 or 8 from Arsenal. Yes, cost 3, but sometimes you're playing against Brute, you need to soak up a big hit. This essentially costs 2 cards, 1 to 2 cards from your hand, but it can be a huge deal, especially if you're playing against another warrior with a bunch of attack reactions, something like that. So those are the defense reactions. So now let's get sort of into the meat and potatoes of the Dorinthia deck. So ultimately, what is she looking to do? She's looking to swing with her weapon, and that is sort of very important to sort of buff that weapon up. So we got some warrior actions. We have Nature's Path, Pilgrim in blue, Warrior's Value in red and blue. We have a red and blue Sharpened Steel. We have 2 yellow Driving Blades and a blue Driving Blade. So these are all going to help beef up our attacks. Some of them get go again. So the Driving Blade and the Warrior's Valor, as well as the Nature's Path Pilgrims, those will give us go again on our Dawn Blade to try to swing in for the second time that turn to get that counter. And ultimately, that's the goal. Just like in Constructed, you're really looking to get that counter, because if you get that counter, maybe they can get more counters, and it's just steamrolls and snowballs into this huge effort that then they have to start blocking a lot. And then you have the next set of cards we're going to show with the attack reactions to really just go over the top and try to push your advantage super hard. So this is the crux of the deck. So we have a blue and yellow Biting Blade. We have a blue and yellow Razor Reflex. We have a full color set of Stroke of Foresight. And we have a blue and 2 yellow Overpower. So really, this is where the deck starts to shine, and this is why we ended up playing Dorinthia. 3 Overpowers, not too shabby. Yeah, I probably would have liked to have them be in red, but you know what? You know, adding potential 5 damage to attack is pretty dang good. Yes, it costs 3. That's expensive, but it's pretty dang good. So Biting Blades are nice. They're a little bit cheaper. We can get a boost of 2 to 3, not too shabby. The Razor Reflex, the blues essentially for just trying to get in to get that 1 counter. Maybe this is the second attack that turn, and just add 1 or add 2, just a chip in over. Really, those are meant for there. If I'm not going to be swinging the second time, I'm probably just going to use it as pitch, just to get them to go in the later of the game. Stroke of Foresight, same sort of thing. This can help us go find better attack reactions. If they've already blocked, hopefully we can have the resources. Maybe this is coming out of Arsenal. We can sort of get a better card for next turn, or in some way, I don't think there's any instant speed draw cards in this, but that's the idea, is it's set up for a future turn. And then the Overpower is just to go above and beyond as the finishing blow for the deck. So definitely foresee, and as Ravewind said in the stream when we were cracking packs, that's going to end a lot of games. And you know what? It already has. So I'm sure it will continue to do so. Just to be able to add 5 after defense is just kind of a blowout there. And especially if we can follow it up with something like, I don't know, a Razor Reflex or Stroke of Foresight, just to sort of just get a little bit higher. Or if we're coming off of something like a Sharpened Steel Red, where we're adding a bunch of power already, we're coming in for a huge amount, and then just start slamming. So that is the Dorinthia deck for our Welcome to Wraith content creator sealed. I think it's all right. It's not the best, but it's all right. We definitely have a good amount of equipment. I was a little bit worried that we wouldn't be getting a lot of equipment. We ended up with a pretty good amount of those, and having the Energy Potion, Steel Blade Shunt, and a couple good defense reactions was actually really key to making this deck pop. So the generic attack actions they're just okay. They're in there for, again, pitching fodder, or just to sort of slide in maybe with go again to try to get the sword going in next, and have some fun that way. So that is the deck. If you're looking forward to seeing this in action, check out this YouTube page. The battles will be posted over the next week or two between all the other content creators. The content creators' YouTube channels are also right down below. Definitely check them out. They're going to be doing the same sort of thing. We'll be seeing matches from different sides. Yeah, the matches won't have the hands that people have. It's not like Tabletop Sim, which you can see what's in their hand. But you can sort of think about how each player is playing and what they're doing. It's sometimes just sitting on one side of the battlefield and looking through their eyes is a little bit different, and enough to make it sort of sparkle and shine a little bit differently than when the opponent does it. So that's the deck tech, and yeah, so definitely check out this YouTube channel as well as Arcbound Geek, Fugana Gaming, and Ravewind, all on YouTube, all going to be posting these matches. Some are going to be streaming those matches, depends on the time, but yeah, that's the deck. I hope you enjoy, and we look forward to seeing you during the matches. Thank you so much. Cheers.